Hello, my friends. Dorothy Morgan here. Thank you for joining me. We're going to talk about June 21st. We have the solstice today, and that's the sun into the sign of Cancer. So for the majority of the people on the planet, this is the summer solstice. And for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, it is winter solstice. So shortest day of the year, the sun will start to grow, the light will start to grow for you guys. Here for us in the Northern Hemisphere, this moment of the sun reaching that Tropic of Cancer that is really high in the sky. So we have the sun for a lot of hours right now. So that's that question I would ask you. Do you feel the light? Are you focusing on that? Because we have that available to us right now, especially if you're feeling these troubled times, because there's certainly plenty of that. What do you want to focus on? This moment, this feeling, this fabulousness of the sun in the apex spending so much time in the sky. So I'm hoping that if you're feeling that you need a shift, then this summer solstice will be really helpful. So we're going to talk about that. That was a long intro, but we are going to talk a little bit more about that and get into some details. I will share the chart with you. So those of you who like to follow along, more of the astrologers, you can follow along. And then for those who aren't astrologically inclined, you can still listen, because like what I just said, I was telling you exactly how to use this summer solstice without getting into any astrology. So make sure you listen, because this is for everybody. I also do some little woo-woo, I like to call it. It's just my intuition. Those are astro dice. One dice for planets, one for signs, one for houses. And then we do pull a card from this very earthy, grounded deck because that's me. I got Taurus rising. That means I like earthy things. So let me share my screen with you. I'm going to get this over here. This is the chart I have created for the summer solstice. So to reiterate, this is just here on the East Coast of the United States. This is the moment that the sun is now at 0 degrees of Cancer, 0 minutes. It's just after sunrise. So here sunrise is super early. This is at 5:14 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So whatever time of day it is for you, it's the same time of day. You just have to adjust your time zone to where you live. So with the sun in Cancer, again, the peak of the light, solstice is the sun standing still. We've got about 4 more days of the sun not moving as far as where it rises and where it sets physically on the planet. So we have a period in this opportunity to really engage in some new things. And so I looked as well for today's transits, and I see the moon is in the sign of Aries. Now, yesterday's forecast was talking about the fourth quarter when the moon and the sun were in their final square of the fourth quarter, and that was at the end of Pisces and Gemini. But they're still in a square aspect. And even with that being said, this moon has now moved into Aries, and that's cardinal energy. I'm going to tell you what that means as Cancer's cardinal energy. We have 4 things right now in the sign of Aries, and the sun in Cancer, Pluto in Capricorn. Those are all cardinal signs. That means we have opportunities to initiate some new things. You should be feeling that push to do something new. And even though we're in a very much a waning lunar phase, the action that we can be taking has to do with how much is in our lives, right? How much space do we have? What do we need to let go and release? And just to declutter, if you will, whether it's thoughts, emotions, your closet, your garage, your car, whatever it is. When we have this much cardinal energy, and I'm talking about this right here, when we have this much cardinal energy in the sky, and it is a cardinal day, meaning we're in a season shift. Those season shifts are significant for us on the planet because they are those moments that we can begin to initiate something. And since this lunar phase right now is a waning lunar phase, this tells me that it's important for us to look at where there is too much of something going on that we don't need anymore. So we look at Aries, that's about what is it that I want, need. It's self-focused energy. What do I want? What do I need? What's important for me? And the energy of now the sun in the sign of Cancer is like, wow, what does my home need? What does my family need? What are my emotional needs? This is what we have with this moment in time. And this moment in time is about initiating something new in regard to Cancer qualities. And we have, I just listed them, and we have all the Aries qualities, which I just listed them too. So hit rewind and go listen to this again if you need to. So take advantage of today. Find another thing you can do is look at your birthday chart, look at your natal chart, and see if you can find where 0 degrees of Cancer is. All right. And this is where you're going to be mostly focused, highly focused. All right. I know that's a bit of astrology for some of us, more than some of us can follow on. So don't worry about that. I'm going to stop the share now. Don't worry about that too much. Just take the energy that I've just said and use it to what resonates with you. Okay. The keyboard's in the way. Let me get that bad boy out of the way. Hope that makes sense. Please share this in your social media groups. I would like some growth one of these days. YouTube just doesn't think that, you know, it needs to serve me up. I don't know. Maybe I need to make new thumbnails or something. You guys can help. Wow, I am crooked. I'm goofy because, you know, it's a beautiful day and I want to get outside. So when I'm done this, I'm going to get outside because I worked all day yesterday and the day before because they were crappy days. Well, the sun keeps rolling. So the Astro Dice go like this for those of you who are new. And if you're new, please hit the subscribe button and comment below. It's always important. I am the one who answers. I don't have an assistant. It's just me. If you write something that's appropriate, I will reply. And if you write something inappropriate, I will delete it. It happens regularly. The Astro Dice, an added message. So we just say, Spirit, what else do you want us to know about today? Moon in Cancer. Isn't that wonderful? The moon in Cancer showed up on a day that the sun is in the sign of Cancer. I think we had that a little while ago, a day or two ago. It's in the 12th house. So this reminds me, so the added message for today, basically just from Spirit, is about making sure we're taking care of being aware of the inner child that needs some attention, or those inner emotions, those emotions that we tend to stuff down. It is summer, so here in the Northern Hemisphere, we tend to, it's vacation time for many people. So we spend more time with family. So this could very well speak to that. Make good choices there if that's what you choose to do. All right. So there is that. Now, it's a lot of noise outside. So if you hear it, I'm sorry. I can't close my windows. It's just such a beautiful day. It's like 75 degrees. Yesterday, over the weekend, especially yesterday, Sunday, the 19th, the 20th, whatever day it was. I don't even know what day it is. I'm recording this on Monday, the 20th. There we go. So yeah, it was yesterday. Yes, Sunday, the 19th, rainy and cold. I mean, it was like seriously 52 degrees in June. Oh, I just worked all day. I figured, what the heck? Usually take Sundays off, but I'm going to take the rest of today off instead. Spirit Keeper of the East comes up. So this card is about the rising sun. It's about new beginnings. The sun is rising, always rises in the east. And right now in the Northern Hemisphere, it is rising northeast. It's very high in the sky. You should pay attention to go look and watch it regularly over the next few months, and you'll start to see how it moves. Anyways, that is about, the new beginnings and, allowing a new day to begin. And again, by the time we get to the new moon, which forecasts will be up as soon as possible. I don't like to put them up so soon. Some people put them up 2 weeks ahead of time, which is just after the prior lunar event. Just after the full moon, people put up the new moon. Well, I want us to work and live with and be in the energy that we're in. Now, we'll put the new moon forecast up a few days ahead of time. I'll probably put it up by the end of this week, but I just want you to recognize that I don't do it too soon because I want us to feel it. I want to feel it. I want to be in it and I want to feel it. And we have something super significant on the 24th, Friday. So I'm going to have a big forecast for that one too. So that spirit keeper of the East, starting those new projects and looking at that. And that's where I was going with this, because I don't know where I was going with it. So forget it. I lost track of what I was thinking and I got all distracted about what's to come. Anyways, so there we are. I'm going to leave us with that. So beginning those new projects, but processing first and allowing what needs to, sort of go to the wayside, or you need to release it, or, just like weeding your garden. If we don't thin things out, then everything is just a little weaker, not as strong. That's what we need to be doing at this point in time. I remember what it was. It was just like, so how long does the sun stay in its stationary position? Hey, I'll share the screen with you. And we just have to look right here and it starts to move. Here we go on the 25th, the 26th. It really doesn't start to move until we get to the new moon, because it's barely moved. The sun has barely done any movement whatsoever. So yeah, that reminds me. So that is exactly what I was looking at and thinking, was that at this point right now, today, we get to that new moon, as the sun is standing still, we can come up with lots of beautiful, brilliant ideas. However, just write them down, initiate what you need to. Don't not do stuff because it's that waning lunar phase, but just know that there is a lot of things that are being completed, finishing up, we're letting go of, and they're just dissolving because they're done. And that's what we should be focusing on more than anything. All right, a little long. Thank you guys very much. I will see you next time. Please come in, support me. And all you have to do is either book a session or just come to Patreon. Even just comment below always helps. And it keeps me here doing this free content for you. Thank you so much. Blessings, everybody. Namaste.